I'm Paul Sullivan and I'm a business advisor with InterGen. I've got over 30 years experience starting and building companies both in Canada and the US. And when I'm not doing that, I'm raising horses.
My name is Brett Colvin and I am one of the co-founders and the CEO of a company called Goodlawyer. So Goodlawyer is a legal platform for high growth businesses across Canada who need reliable legal counsel at a price that makes sense. And we have really hit a growth trajectory in the last 12 to 18 months, and it was getting to the point where it was clear we didn't have all the answers internally. And so we started to look outside of the company for some folks that could come in, fill that kind of advisor role that was clearly a gap that we had as a business. And we were fortunate enough to come across InterGen, get plugged in with this platform that connects you with advisors throughout their network. And we were very lucky to stumble into a guy named Paul Sullivan.
So I returned to Calgary and the tech ecosystem about 4 years ago, and for the last 2 years I've been working with InterGen and some of their startups. I had the great fortune of starting and building a number of different companies, both here in Calgary and actually in the US. One in particular, we grew very quickly from 20 people to 300 and took public on the Toronto Stock Exchange. And I think one of the things that I learned there that's very applicable is how to grow a company rapidly and to the kind of scale that you often don't see in Canadian tech ventures.
He knows our problem, he's patient with us, and he's able to layer in his experience in some key places like enterprise sales. That is a new sort of aspect to our business.
I think the entrepreneurs that I've worked with would find me fairly blunt and straightforward, challenging them, encouraging them, but also not sugarcoating things. One of the big steps was to get everybody out of the office for 2 full days and focus on the big picture, not on the day-to-day issues that they were facing, but figuring out what the really long-term goals are of the organization and what the strategies and objectives are to get us there.
Yeah, and I mean, for me, that was the aha.
Well, and I think the evidence, the aha, is having been through a quarter now, you're hitting your numbers, and everybody's still on the same page.
100%. If you're at that stage where, you feel like you might be a little out of your depth, looking for people that have done it before is, the thing that I would recommend most. And I think you'd be surprised how willing many of them are to give you some of their time. And Paul has been instrumental in allowing/facilitating our sort of strategic planning muscle. And that's going to carry us a really long way.
The ability to grow quickly, surround yourself with good people, and reach new markets is something that I think Calgary entrepreneurs can learn.
The InterGen platform facilitated this relationship, and it's one that I hope we can maintain for a really, really long time. Be humble, go find people that are smarter than you and bring them onto your team, and go find your Paul.
I would encourage any founder, whether they're doing well or not, to reach out to InterGen and seek their assistance. You can always benefit from another set of eyes and ears.